Cat, which just kind of looks funny with all these three-letter nicknames. But
Ant-Man.
Carl Anthony Towns, Jimmy, is having a historically terrible start to the Western Conference Finals if we are just talking about through the first three games. In game three, he only scored 14 points and was 5 for 8 shooting and 0 for 8 from three. And he just is through the first three games, he was shooting 27%. Now, I'm no basketball expert, but my guess is that if your best player, who by the way had 63 in a regular season game, is only shooting 27% in the conference finals, you're going to struggle right now. He came back in game 4 and had 25 points, including 2 daggers from 3 late to ice it. So, Jimmy, why was Cat struggling? And is he better now? Or is he going to struggle tonight?
Well, I think he struggled because, like you mentioned, he was, first of all, he was 5 for 8. He didn't get enough looks. If you're the man, you got to get more attempts up. You got to give yourself a chance. And what that does is it opens up the floor for everyone
That's
else to also get their looks and get their shots. The one thing, if it's a critique or a criticism or suggestion that I would say to Cat Carl Anthony Towns is when your stroke isn't going, get to the basket. You are a big man. You have the advantage of putting guys that are your size or smaller in the paint. Put them down in the hole. Get you some easy looks. Look at the basket. You know the basket becomes bigger when you start making layups and you start taking little 5-footers, 6-footers, and then start stretching out to you get in a rhythm, and that way you have more confidence and your shots will touch the rim differently. Sometimes we'll see guys hit it, and it'll be like, wow, it's a brick, like, or they'll miss the rim completely. And then you see a guy that'll hit the rim and it'll touch the rim 3, 4 times and bounce in. That's what happens when that energy is flowing, when you give yourself a chance by getting easy looks. That's his problem.
Yeah, every time I see him shoot a three, I cringe and wonder why is a guy that's 7'4" out on the perimeter shooting threes with 45 seconds
Right.
a clutch game. Like it
You're
just
blessed to do both. You could go inside and out, but don't
I
relegate or just, subject yourself to one style
so
of play.
so
It doesn't work.
I'm not sure you answered my question, which is, do you think he's out of the funk? And do you think that this pretty dominant game 4 that he had he'll continue to play well in 5, 6, and 7? If it goes that far, hopefully not. Or do you think, he's just kind of in a funk right now? He had a game, but he's going to kind of level back out.
No, I think I from the last game, I think he understood what it was. That's why he had such a great game, and he hit 2 threes, timely threes that kind of put them over the top. Really was 3 threes in that span of time that really pushed the game out for the Mavericks not being able to come back. So I think that his team is obviously looking for him. And I don't know if you saw the interview after the game when they asked him about his woeful play, and he mentioned that he has to go back to the basics, which is, putting up 100 shots or whatever, because in the summertime or when he does his workouts, he put up 1,500 shots, and I think a lot of people thought he was capping, and because every time I see that interview or they show a picture of the interview, all you see is those blue caps on there, like he's not telling the truth. But he came out the next game and showed us that he could shoot the three and he has a very good touch. But I would implore him to play the other aspects of the game or facets of the game, get to your mid range, get a floater, or just play with your back to the basket when you have a